Oddly enough, it's ironic that I'm wearing a baseball cap and the MLB season just started. This is weird, but I've actually never watched baseball a day in my life until this season. I'm actually starting to learn baseball. So, if you want to know what the hat is, Yankees. I'm not a Yankees fan. I'm not a fan of anybody right now. But if I had to pick one, a team that I just like their colors and kind of like their style, their name, I'm gonna say the Colorado Rockies. Don't hurt me in the comments, but I think I'm gonna roll with that team from now on. Now that I'm like starting to learn baseball and watch it, so shout out to my Rocky fans. What's going on, guys? It is me, Shamar Liberty Thorn. We are back for another video. Today, guys, is a once a year kind of video. We're talking about my camera bag, what is in it, how do I use it to shoot client work, and just be portable in terms of like shooting camera work and camera gear and all. Yeah, you get all this stuff. But we're here to talk about my camera gear and what is inside my bag. Now I see a lot of YouTubers do this video each and every year, and I used to do it way back when I had the We Want More channel. I had a lot of fun doing it, but I've realized that I haven't done it in a while, mainly because I haven't been out in the field for so long, so I just never really used it. Obviously due to a worldwide pandemic, but now that the pandemic is like lifting, I think I'm getting back into the field, so you know, why not show you guys how I get things done and how YouTube videos are made. Now keep in mind, before we get into this video, there are some stuff that's in my bag, or there's some stuff that's not in my bag currently, and the only reason why is because I'm using it for YouTube. So you're not going to see the 7D Mark II, you're not going to see the Field World monitor, you're not going to see my Sunpack tripod, things here and there like my laptop as well. But these are things that do run with me daily. I just can't really show it to you right now because I'm using them for this video, but nonetheless, you know they're here, so I'll point out to them at some point in this video. Starting off with the bag itself, this is the newer like OG bag. I've had this bag since 2017 and I've used it nonstop. This bag it works. It's not the greatest bag in the world. I do want to upgrade, but you know, for the sake of convenience and time and money, this bag just gets the job done. I don't really need something better than this, but I do want to upgrade though. I don't know if you guys can see it well, but there's two pouches on the side. So we got one here and the same thing over here. There used to be a kind of like a keychain thing here where I could like clip on my tripod, but I kind of lost both of them. It used to hold my tripod down. Now my tripod's kind of loose. Luckily for this pouch, it's very sturdy. It's been here for years and it still holds my tripod down. All right, so when you open up the bag, it's a lot of ports, as you saw in the B-roll, but pretty much I have everything everywhere. The one thing I will say about this bag, it did come with like different pouches and stuff, so I can like kind of be organized, but it's Velcro and it's not the greatest. I'm not a big fan of Velcro. It's just my skin for some reason. I don't know why. But nonetheless, I have certain things here that make sense once everything is in the bag. So I know it kind of looks weird without it. I'm gonna start off with like different sections. So I have one section to the right that has like small accessory stuff like the LP6 battery charger for the 7D Mark II. Carry that with me on a daily, just, you know, in case my battery dies, or like if I'm on like a wedding shoot or something, could charge it right then and there. I've done that before. Next up, we got my Sony ZV-1, which is mainly for vlogging, or my backup camera, kind of, not really. This is more so if I'm doing YouTube videos that's just more like not in the office or not in a set location, but more so I'm moving around. I really don't feel like carrying a 7D Mark II is too large, so the ZV-1 kind of handles both portability in terms of being lightweight and not having to use a monitor because of a flip out screen. So, and it shoots 4K, which is kind of better in terms of quality than the 7D Mark II itself. So then we got like small batteries for the ZV-1. Like I've said in previous videos, the ZV-1's battery is kind of whack. It's like 20 minutes at most and then it starts dying. So I got these First Power batteries that like last even longer than the original batteries, but nonetheless it's bad. Especially if you shoot 4K, it takes up way more power than it needs to. Next up, we have my hard drive. My hard drive carries with me all the time. This thing is a 4 terabyte hard drive. It's great. It works with me. You know what I'm saying? I work with it. But I carry this with me all the time. This carries all my projects, every single thing that I've done in terms of YouTube, filming, client work, whatever the case is stored on this. I don't like to store on the laptop, mainly because I have this notion that if my laptop crashes, everything that comes with it or everything that's on it goes with it too, and I just can't deal with that. So I'd rather keep it somewhere where no matter what, I can just carry this wherever I go. All right, now we move on to the main section. This is like the beef part of the steak. That was a weird. Okay, this is the main section. This is where I keep, you know, my 70 Mark II, which, you know, obviously you can't see again, but you saw in the B-roll. But next up we have my Nifty 50. I've had this lens since I bought my T5i back in 2015. This just stuck with me. I've sold other lenses, like I've had other lenses before and I sold them, but this one just, I can't get rid of this for some reason, just because it's so good for the price. This is like the one lens around $100 or less that I would say is the best for your buck. So I keep this in my bag every time. I rarely use it. To this day, I still use the 24-105, but this lens right here, top notch. Can't beat it. I don't think I'll ever get rid of it. My headphones, this is when I'm editing on the road. I don't bring this with me all the time. For certain instances, let's say I'm on an airplane, or if I am traveling like on a train or something, which is rare, I'll bring this with me just so that I can edit peacefully without getting any noise or getting distracted, especially the Beats Studio noise canceling headphones, or I use my AirPods, which is noise canceling as well. But having a pair of headphones when you're editing, top notch. It helps every single time. We have my Rode Video Mic Go, but it's actually broken. I rarely use it now. I use lavaliers more, but if I'm vlogging with the 70 Mark II, like let's say the ZV-1 just dies on me or something, I can always use this with the 70 Mark II and it gets the job done as well. Used it for years, hasn't failed me yet. So next up we have my notepad. This is where I write down all my notes. Every single video that I've thought about, am thinking about for this channel, goes in this notebook. It's also my checklist to make sure I checked every point in terms of a video that I'm doing, or if I have an idea that I quickly need to write down, I'll write it down here. It helps me with organization as well, and it's also like a small little journal in case I just want to write something down, but it's not necessarily about the channel. So I definitely recommend, I'm going to make a video about this eventually, but I definitely recommend anybody who's a creator or a creative to buy yourself a notepad. It's definitely worth it. Coming up to the opening patch of the bag, we have small stuff in here as well. All right, so on the bottom part, we have my Hansky SD card holder. Carries all my SD cards. I have more than this, to be honest, so I think I need to get a second one, but this carries my 70 Mark II SD cards, ZV-1 SD cards, photo cards, drone cards, micro SD cards. Carries everything. This thing has been with me for years. This actually got crushed and it still holds every single card. Every single card still works. Granted, it can't close anymore because it kind of broke, but it's still like, it's so sturdy. Like, oh my, I can't believe I bought this for only 20 bucks, but it's a lifesaver, bro. Next up, we got my filters. This is one of three, but I have 3 Prism Lens Effects ND filters for my lens, my 24-105. It gives me this cool effect. I think I showed this in a what gear do I use video where I showed all of my equipment. I have a Dream one, I have a half glass one, a hexagon kaleidoscope one, which is like amazing. I definitely recommend you guys go check out Prism Lens Effects. It takes a while to get to your crib, but you know what I'm saying, it's definitely worth the wait, and it makes photos and videos just that much cooler. So definitely recommend checking them out. And lastly, at the top, we got more ND filters. This is my Altura ND filters. It comes with 3 different filters. So we have one that is, you know, basically clear, doesn't really do anything except keep the exposure, you know, well. Then we got a medium one that I can like change from dark to light depending on if the sun starts getting bright versus if it gets dark all of a sudden, like a cloud passes it by. And then I have an extremely black one where I just know that the sun is going to be out all day, and I just need the filter to add on so that I don't have to change any settings on my camera. I forgot how much I bought this for because I bought this a while ago, but it's definitely needed, especially for filming outside. So if you're a creative who's filming outdoors, you need ND filters. And that's it. Like I said before, the last few things that I didn't get to mention was the 70 Mark II itself, with the 24-105 f4 L series lens. We have my Fieldworld monitor, which I just recently got. We have my MacBook Pro, which I edit on. I think that's it. I think that's the only things. And then outside of the bag, obviously, sometimes I carry my drone, which I rarely use anymore. I think I might sell it. And then I also carry my gimbal, which is the DJI Ronin S, if I want to like clean, steady shots. So yeah, guys, that's everything that I carry in my camera bag. Obviously, things will change over the years. Who knows? Next year might be an entirely different case set. But nonetheless, I hope you got some inspiration. I hope that whatever you find in this bag, of course, I will leave down in the description. But if you liked anything, of course, go ahead and buy it. I recommend it because I use it. But I say, y'all, make sure to subscribe, of course. Make sure to like and comment. It always helps out the channel and takes it even further. I'll see y'all in the next video.